very beginning of my media coursework, I didn't know majority of the things that I've learned throughout the year, as I have never dealt with professional hardware and software before. During the first camera workshop, we learned the basic rules of setting up a camera, types of cameras that there are at the studio, and the ones that we're going to use most frequently. We also learned a rule of minding yours to make sure that the person holding the camera is responsible for it, as the equipment is really expensive. We also learned about spirit level and white balance. This basic knowledge was really beneficial for our coursework when filming our thriller sequence. We then had another camera workshop with Matt. This week we learned about the rule of thirds so that the composition in the shot looks pleasing. We also learned about depth of field, 180 degrees rule, and that it is essential to film objects on the same height as they are, as well as professional call-outs during the shot. The most exciting thing was that we had to shoot our own small sequence. Before this I have never known about these rules and basically just filmed everything as I liked. Now I see how easily a video can become better with just several touches. During the third workshop we were learning about an editing program called Adobe Premiere, which we used to edit our final thrillers later. We learned about the bins and rushes, the video and timelines. This gave me a good preparation for my actual media thriller. We also edited a small clip on this editing program. I have worked with editing software like iMovie before that, but of course Adobe Premiere is much more advanced. This workshop was essential as we later had to work in this program for post-production of our thrillers. We had a practical task of getting photos of different angles with the Lego Man, so we can use this knowledge furthermore. During the fourth and fifth workshops, we were filming a sequence with a dialogue between two people, so we could apply our knowledge about shots, positions, and 180 degrees rules, and also practice our skills at editing. We made up a small script. We made several takes, all from different angles. Before this, I didn't know that there are actually different shots and angles that are used to make the sequence flow, like shot reverse shot when filming a dialogue between two people. The knowledge about different shots and angles, close-ups, fast and slow pace editing was really practical because this is what we're really focused on in our sequence. The next thing we did is we shot a sequence with shooting. We first shot a small sequence with a raffle, as we would then add a muzzle shot in After Effects. The next week we were editing it in Adobe Premiere and add a muzzle shot. We had it in our school for computers in the folder called Cool and Needed Things. For our thriller sequence, we didn't need the muzzle shot or any special effects. However, we learned about such thing as threaded rave, which was really useful for our sequence in terms of sound. Overall, throughout my media coursework, starting with all the workshops and finishing with my thriller sequence, being an absolute amateur at the very beginning, I think I became capable of producing a good quality sequence with off-the-shelf software and relatively affordable hardware, being able to produce, edit, and release my sequence online.